Vous allez parler de vos habitudes quotidiennes.
Language instructor Pierre Gilbert gives his students something they rarely get in downtown Toronto, an opportunity to have casual conversations in French. The students take a break to explain in English why that matters.
The grammar is enough to get you by, to understand it, but it's the hearing and the speaking.
I think conversation is actually the hardest part of learning a language, because I did French instruction from like kindergarten all the way up through high school, but speaking I'm so terrified of.
We were talking earlier about what to do with the beta tests.
That's what's brought together this group of experts in education, artificial intelligence, and gaming software.
What's it going to look like in terms of the capabilities?
They've spent the past 5 years developing an app that gets people learning a new language to speak it out loud conversationally. Beverly Bigger came up with the idea after a 30-year career publishing textbooks, many aimed at teaching language.
Most people who want to learn a new language want to learn how to speak a new language. They want to achieve spontaneous conversation, which is what we're having right now.
The app, called Speaks, is set up like a video game where players navigate through a trip to Paris.
L'Hôtel Rose, monsieur? He's addressing you now.
The scenarios start out simple enough.
Why not try this one on your own?
Oui, merci, monsieur.
But get increasingly more complex as the user meets new characters.
Let's see if we can meet some new people.
Using speech recognition isn't new to language learning apps.
How do you say train station again?
But Bigger says most other apps simply have users repeat phrases.
Some of our competitors use technology or speech technology just to have their users repeat a sentence, whereas ours is really used to recognize a voice. We use technology, number one, to recognize what is being said, and number two, how it's being said.
No mercy.
Nice.
This app uses a form of artificial intelligence to understand the context of even badly accented French.
So you have to build a system from the ground up.
Sean Robertson put his artificial intelligence graduate work on hold to help make Speaks as real as possible.
It's still very far from a human, but we can have I think we can have a really engaging conversation between the application and the learner.
What's next?
Bigger says the application is starting that conversation first in French as a nod to the 50th anniversary of official bilingualism in Canada.
A lot of Canadians don't realize that immersion actually was initiated in Canada. And so we integrate a lot of the immersion, the principles of immersion.
Bonjour et bienvenue à l'Hôtel Max.
Bigger's team has been testing Speaks with some keen French learners in Toronto.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Rick.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Arnaud.
They're hoping to get more people speaking the language when they launch the app in January.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Enchanté.
Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.